Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have a new dino combo that I have just kind of recently created, and I've kind of just meddled around with it, and it is kind of looking very good. Its end board is a lot better than most dino boards, where it's able to get multiple negates, including a Dragoon, with a VFD on top of that, and you also end on Herald, so your opponent can't really droplet in the draw phase when you activate your calamities. It's just absolutely insane. So we'll see how this goes. We start with normal summon of Stole Eating Oviraptor. We're just going to go to the normal dino combo. If you don't know what a dino combo is, it's basically you're just trying to get to a certain end board by triggering your baby Cerasauruses and whatnot a lot of times. We're going to get to the end board quickly right here. So now you're going to go ahead and activate your Petite and on some Giant Rex. So this is what your base dino combo is. You use this in every single dino combo deck. You use it in your barrier statue variants, where you try to make your Simorg system and barrier statue. This is basically most of the time your end board with double evolution pill in your hand. So what we're going to do is extra spicy, but you've never seen this before, but we are going to be going into ZOODIACS Chakanine using our 2 level 4s. And immediately into a Trident to pop our baby Ceratosaurus. If you're just confused right now, don't worry, it'll get clear in a second. We're gonna use the Trident. We want to specifically detach the Chakanine for a reason we will showcase later. We're gonna go ahead, pop it, and baby Ceratosaurus will trigger, summoning a Coalisolate from your deck. This is just a Dino Wrestler card, and it's a dinosaur tuner. So that's really all that matters. We're going to go into another Chakanine from here. And the reason why we specifically detached the Chakanine earlier is because for ZOODIACS Chakanine to even activate, there has to be a legal target for it in the graveyard. And then once you detach the material, then it targets. So once you detach the Trident, you can go ahead, target the Trident and summon it. And now you're going to go ahead, link the Archosaur into a Secure Guard now. And then you're going to go ahead and go into the Trishula fusion. If you're wondering what would happen if they somehow say Nibiru'd us with the Secure Guard and 2 ZOODIACS on the field, then it doesn't hurt us too much, because then we can still do Halki Firebrax plays and then on a Herald Dragoon, or you can even end on a VFD, which is kind of insane. So if your opponent Nibiru'd you on your first Chakanine right here, then you can still just end on a VFD. I guess I'll show that at the end of the video, but right now we're just doing the combo. We're gonna go use double evolution pill, summoning Jurak Titano. It's a meh boss monster. It can be targeted by trap or monster effects with 3k beat stick. But we're not here to just pass on it. We're going to use Giant Rex summon, and then we go into VFD. That's right, we have some VFD. So a thing that to keep mind of is, when you summon VFD, it's a good idea to just instantly call light, mainly because if your opponent does have Nibiru, then it can kind of just hinder your plays that will happen in the future. So I just like to call light right there. If they chain Nibiru, they chain Nibiru. Because even if they do chain Nibiru, then you do have your Christian Halki Firebrax. And speaking of Christian Halki Firebrax, off its effect, we are summoning Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom. We're not running any bricks here. So we're going to go into a Link Cross. We're going to be summoning out 2 tokens. And now we're going to go into a Herald of the Arclight. That's the main reason why I did summon the Ash Blossom. Now we can use a Link Revo in the graveyard that we linked into from our Archosaur earlier. And we can go into a Verte Anaconda. Verte Anaconda will trigger, paying 2,000 and summoning out the Dragoon of Red-Eyes. So that is kind of your main end board. You end on VFD, a Dragoon, Herald. So you have a mini Macrocosmos, so your opponent cannot really use Forbidden Droplets. You have a VFD, so if your opponent has Dark Ruler no more, VFD would have already resolved, and they would have a one-sided skill drain and a potential just lock out of all monster effects if you know what deck they're playing, game 2 or 3. And Dragoon is just an unbeatable boss monster by itself, which is absolutely absurd. So this is actually a very, very potent end board, and even through Nibiru, you will still always end on either the Dragoon and Herald, or you will end on the VFD, which is super nice. So I'm just that's the mainline combo, but I do want to just give a little shine to our friend Colislet and what happens if you draw him. So right here I have the cards for the full combo again, but we have drawn the Colislet, which we normally summon off Baby Ceratosaurus. Now it reads, if you control no monster, you can summon it from your hand. And you're like, okay, fine, that's fine. So why are you dedicating full segment to it? Because if summoned this way, it cannot be used as link material except for link summon of a Dino Wrestler monster. So you cannot link into Halky Firebrax to summon it this way. So you do have to just do a little more, be a little more creative, I guess. But I'm just going to go ahead fast forward this combo right here. I wish Edo Pro did have a fast forward button. Hopefully YG Omega has that, the new simulator that's coming up. So we're just going to go through the lines of the combo again. Summoning the baby, popping Petit, summoning a giant Rex, overlaying into Chaknine, into Dryden effect, popping the baby Ceratosaurus, and then baby Ceratosaurus will summon. Since we have the Colislet on the field, we're going to use the baby Ceratosaurus to summon an Archosaur. Now, the reason why we're summoning a second Archosaur is pretty important, and you'll see that in a second. So we're going to be summoning back the Dryden. We're going to go into Linkuriboh, into Secure Gardener, summoning the Trishula Fusion and activating Double Evolution Pill, and summoning Jirac Titano. We're going to go ahead and summon Giant Rex and overlay into VFD Calling Light. So right here we do have an extra monster, but we can link it to Halky Firebrax. So we now summon Metal Marcher. That's why we summon the extra Archosaur for the level 1. And now we're actually going to end on a stronger board right here. We're going to use Metal Marcher to summon back the Colislet, and then we can go into a Halky Firebrax. Halky Firebrax will summon Ghost Ogre. Because we're actually going to be able to, we're not actually going to be synchroing this Ghost Ogre off. We're actually going to keep it on the field as an extra interruption. So on top of all those 2 negates, Dragoon, Herald, VFD, we're getting an extra interruption, which I feel is a bit overkill. We're going to go into Link Cross. Since we already have the level 2 tuner on the field, we can go into Herald, summon back the Linkuriboh, we'll go into Verte Anaconda, and just like that we're ending on the same board, but now we have the Dragoon of Red-Eyes. Most people would think that Colislet is a Garnet, but actually it just makes the combo even stronger, so I wouldn't consider it that much of a Garnet. And if you do not open the full combo, say you only open like an Archosaur and nothing else, then you can summon the Colislet, normal summon stuff, and then go into a Metal Marcher and then into a Halky Firebrax, and then from the Halky Firebrax you're guaranteed to end on a Herald of the Arclight and a Dragoon of Red-Eyes. So that is pretty nice, and just shows that the gardens aren't really gardens and all the cards are a lie. So I just wanted to touch on one last thing about the combo before ending the video. And what I'm going to talk about right now is what happens if you have Petit Pteranodon. At first glance to say, you're just going to do old combo again, aren't you? But the thing is, since you, with Petit Pteranodon, you will always end with a Petit Pteranodon on the field, and since you need the baby Ceratosaurus to pop itself and summon the Colislet specifically, we're going to have to once again get a bit more creative here. So we will not be able to end on a Dragoon, unfortunately, with the Petit Pteranodon, just because we're not able to summon Colislet later, and there is no level 4 or higher dinosaur tuner in the world, not printed yet. So we're going to go through the mainline combo. We're going to be summoning back the Petit Pteranodon. Let's see, this is what I mean. Right there, I summoned the Colislet directly, not the Giant Rex. And that means I could go into a Herald of the Arclight. So now, whatever plays I do from here on out, they're 100% Nibiru proof. And they're also Ghost Ogre proof too, which is something to add. We're going to go into Linkuriboh, into Reproducus, and into a Link Cross, summoning 2 tokens. And you're going to use Linkuriboh, retributing one of them. You're going to go into Secure Gardener, and then you will go into Trishula Fusion, activating Double Evolution Pill, summoning the Jirac Titano, and just like that you have a VFD and Herald. Another specifically nice thing about this field is your opponent cannot use Sphere Mode. Say they side in a Sphere Mode, game 2 or 3, then you can just pull out this combo out of your sleeve in case you open Petit Pteranodon, and that Sphere Mode is basically a dead card. As I said, since Herald is on the field, they can't just chain droplets to True King of all calamities, and they cannot chain anything like Forbidden Lance, Gamma, Imperm, any of that stuff to your VFD, which is just so powerful, especially with the Herald. So those are some mainline combos. If you want the deck profile, I'll give the deck profile if this video hits 10 likes. I think that's a bit too much of a goal. Hope to see you next time. So hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, as it really does help the channel. And I guess I'll see you next time. Goodbye.